Hello, good evening everybody. I am Dr. Bindu. Already I have taken two lecture series about the sociology and social anthropology. The second series may not be loaded properly. We will try to load it. And then the third series, it is also continuation of sociology and anthropology, the origin. Here it is. Max Weber, Karl Marx and Durkheim. These three foreigners, social scientists, wants to study the Indian society and its culture. They do not have properly the research techniques in order to understand it. Again, they too also depend upon the European methodology. Then they wanted to start what is Indian society, how the cultures are ruling the society, all these things we are discussing now. Mr. River, he wants to study the Toda group, a tribal group. In the tribal group, which type of technique he used? Modern anthropological technique. Now, this is the modern anthropological. The classical or the orthodox or the earlier technique is nothing but anthropological technique who used first. That is Mr. Radcliffe Brown. So, when he wants to study the Andaman and Nicobar Island tribes, he used that one. So, the technique also Mr. River used. One is Radcliffe Brown used technique. Second one is modern anthropological technique. Both are used in order to write the monograph, a small booklet about the area, about the people, about their social activities, religious activities and their political organization, everything in a small booklet. That what we call monograph. Graph is a description of the people and their culture. And then there are two professors. One is Roy, another is Iyer. Mr. Roy wants to study the anthropological aspect. That is nothing but the ethnography. Ethnography is nothing but description of the culture of a particular area. So he wants to study in such a way. After his study, after his field work, he wants to introduce a particular journal, Man in India. So here it is, all cultures will covered. So he himself is not only the writer, he is also the editor. And then Mr. Iyer. Iyer belongs to the Kerala or maybe South India, but he wants to study the again cultural aspects, not only the anthropological and sociological, in both way. He wants to establish the department of anthropology in Calcutta University. Then another professor came. The professor name is Vijendranath Seal. Basically he was a philosopher. He has written a book, Comparative Religion, and he is associated with another gentleman, Wadia. These two people wants to study the sociological aspects. Though basically he was a philosophy professor, but he wants to study the sociological aspect of the society. For this gentleman, Wadia is also helped. In Mysore University, they established the sociology at the undergraduate level. Later, now we are having the graduate at the postgraduate level also. And then switch over to the Mr. G.S. Gore, a Indian famous sociologist, and Timothy and M.N. Srinivas, he is the South India, Karnataka. These three people wants to help for a particular gentleman. The name is Sir Patrick Giddens. He was the first professor in India to introduce the sociology subject. Earlier we do not have any professors. So when he came to India, he wants to study the sociological as well as the other cultures also. So when he has done all these things, he wants to establish the department. In that department, economics and political science papers will be there. No sociology department, but where they included in economics paper, first 3 or 4 chapters, they introduced the sociology. Not only sociology, sociology and civics, both the sub areas will be included under economics subject. You see, basically sociology does not have any independency in earlier days. So then the political science, after these two subjects when become the independent subjects, then the sociology is slowly got its own recognition. This Mr. R. Mukherjee is also helped to the Giddens. For what? He wants to do the urban social survey also. So various languages we are having. For a particular level, these people know the English. In such a way, local and the English, this is helpful for the Giddens. So for his work completion, this R. Mukherjee helped. And he has also established the sociology department in Lucknow. Who? That Mukherjee. He also done some work, social ecology, how the environmental effect on the people or the society. And also he has studied the industrialization effects or effects of industrialization. So all these 3 areas are done by Mr. K. Mukherjee or R. Mukherjee. But here it is Gorre, G.S. Gorre. He got the name of father of Indian sociology. I already in the first series I told you, those who will done the lot of work for the development of the any subject, they will get the father, first name, father of sociology. He was the editor of Sociological Bulletin. And then switch over to this Gorre has done his PhD in Cambridge University. There he became the sociology professor and also head of the department for the sociology. And this Gorre has the 2 students, that is Mr. M.N. Srinivas, who introduced the Sanskritization process, then later I will explain. And then another gentleman is Desai. This M.N. Srinivas, under the directorship of Gorre, he has done a lot of work about the structure of the society, function of the society, whereas Desai has done only Marxism. And then switch over to the comparison with the K. Mukherjee and P. Mukherjee. P. Mukherjee is not interested to accept what K. Mukherjee is telling. What K. Mukherjee has told, social ecology, effects of industrialization and the development of the sociology subjects. So all these things he had done, but he won't accept it. P. Mukherjee, what is his idea? His idea was middle class people wants to imitate the other country people, particularly Westerners, but not the higher strata people. They do not want to imitate them. They want to maintain their own culture as it is, because wealth-wise they are okay. But the middle class people, they do not have that much of wealth. They want to move for the upper ladder, that is the upper strata. For that they want to imitate the Western style of lifestyle or the jobs, whatever it may be. And then switch over to the another important professor in India, Majumdar. He has 4 students. Those students' names are nothing but Madan, Jain, Gopala Serana and T.N. Pandit. So all these people and Madan, all people put together their ideas, their knowledge, contributions for the establishment of sociology and social anthropology. First of its kind in India, their works are highlighted. And then Wadia work is only for the sociological aspects. But here this anthropology and sociology, when they established, their work was related to the ethnography. Already in the last class I told you, ethnography means description of cultures and then by oneself, by with the help of translators, or directly from the respondent. Maybe tribals, may not, maybe the some other plain area people, whatever it may be. So his works is related or associated with the cultural aspects only. That's why anthropology and sociology both will be having the same platform, because the content is one and same, and then only approaches are different. Mr. Carvey is equal to what he has done. He also wants to establish the sociology, some extent anthropology, in Pune. In south, some people has established, that is the Mysore level, the Vadia degree level, that is the sociology subject. But Karve has done anthropology subjects, he wants to establish in Pune. Why? Because both subjects are interconnected, but which subject is very much impressed or qualitatively good, that we will highlight with the cultures. That's why anthropology word we are using. And then switch over to the Nirmal Kumar Bose. This gentleman is basically anthropologist. He got the position Anthropological Survey of India, Director of Anthropological Survey of India. First time particular anthropology got its own recognition. For entire thing he was a director, and also he enjoyed the another position, Commissioner for SCs and STs. Basically his works is focused on caste, tribes, race, and also temples and pilgrims. Out of his personal interest he has done this work, but he is criticized the Gandhiism. I do not know what are the parameters he has taken to understand and to analyze and criticize. In depth we are not going to touch it. Our interest is when and how the subject will be derived. And also in Usmania University, the sociology department was also established at the degree level 1920, in 1946 under the PG level. Who were the contributors who introduced this subject in OU, Usmania University? Mr. Heimendorf and Dubé. So we should salute to the Heimendorf and Dubé, because they were the starters for the Department of Sociology in OU. And then there was, if you cross check with the sociology and anthropology, one is high speed, more active, another is low speed. Who is a high speed? That is sociology is the dynamic aspect, continuously undergoing the change. Who studied the more change subject? Mr. Madan and Gopala Saran. And who has established the departments, that is the sociology and anthropology. If they will go 1st January, after 2 months or 6 months, again the cultures are changing. So the Majumdar is focused his life, not only the cultural description, that is the ethnography, cultural change also they studied. 4 plus 1, 1 is the director and 4 were the disciples. So cultural change also they studied well. And here sociology is a highly dynamic, it never be the static. That's why the professors will be influenced by European methodology, research techniques and American research techniques. Whereas in anthropology in India, we are speaking only in India. In India, why the anthropology is not such a speed it is maintaining? Because these people wants to draw the facts qualitatively. It takes time. Case study methods. That's why during colonial period, the nation opinion was like that. Slowly we should bring the changes. When the tribals came, immediately they never be shifted from their own religion to the another religion, or their own policies to the modern policy, or their rituals, or their ceremonies, or their political organizations, whatever it may be. Only after prolonged long-standing process association only, they had some changes in their mind. If it gives the benefits, they want to undergo the change. So when they undergo the changes, number of problems they faced, not the biological problems, psychological problems are more and more. That's why this subject was, anthropology subject was slowly picked up from 1910 to 1950. After that, its momentum was so speed, more or less sociology subject, how it got the recognition, like that in the same speed it is also maintaining. So in our India, the major social scientists were trained by the foreign social scientists, and also we helped them while they are doing their while they are doing the field work. So number one is Mr. Gore, father of sociology, and M.N. Srinivas, and also Mukherjee 1, Mukherjee 2, and then Majumdar, Madan, and Gopala Saran, Pandit, Bose. All these people are contributed their knowledge, their concept, their ideology in order to establish the subject of sociology as well as the anthropology. Anthropology in a broader outlook, social anthropology in a very limited way or particular aspects. By this, our similarities and dissimilarities, and also Indian contributors for the development of sociology and anthropology is over. For tomorrow, we will have the another outlook, that is the history of Indian sociology. We will go. Why? Because I am slow. I can explain directly the institutions. By that, what we will get it? If you study the subject leisurely, slowly, steadily, it will be in your mind computerized. This is my habit. Or else it is easy to explain the institutions. Institutions explanation is easy, and the changes we should also include. If anybody will ask you who introduced the changes in the society, cultural changes, Mr. Majumdar and Madan, Gopalasaran, Pandit, their knowledge, their ideas were the base, seeds in order to understand the cultural changes. That's why earlier, if you have that much of knowledge, then each institution, maybe marriage, maybe political, maybe economics institution, how it is undergoing the tremendous changes, not ordinary changes, tremendous changes it has undergone. That's why I am going to leisurely, steadily, I am explaining the under the name of the series, lecture series. Okay, by today my lecture is over. This is Bindu signing out from the YouTube platform. Bye.